All right, welcome back to the show, everybody, and a happy new year and a happy 2021 to you. I hope you and your family are having a wonderful start to the new year. Well, I'll tell you what, we've got some news to talk about today, some disturbing and some exciting. But I'll tell you one thing, crypto is quietly making its way to a $1 trillion market cap, while we're also getting a warning sign that XRP may become untradeable. What does it all mean? Let's roll that beautiful intro.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradley above at the top of the screen, and everything that we're talking about here today. We start with this from DJ Peter Vass. I just woke up and what do I see? $791 billion market cap staring at me, he says. Whoa. There it is right there. And let's go to what it is right here at this moment. It's pulled back just a little bit, but we're looking at coin market cap. And right here at the top, it is 773 billion right now. We are quietly working our way to a $1 trillion market cap. You know, last I looked at the market cap, it was at like $500 million. So we've climbed quite a way in a very short period of time. And I don't mind saying all of that happening while we're seeing lawsuits fly around like party favors for New Year's. Looking here, we see eToro joins the list to suspend XRP trading for U.S. users over SEC lawsuit against Ripple. Well, okay. Well, you know what? Here's what we know. We know that we can take action, and where we can take action, we should. And we should take action where we can be most effective. And where we can be most effective is in signing a petition or signing and sending a letter to our local congressman. And I don't mind telling you, we are going to have Lisa Lank, who has absolutely been amazing in putting together that letter previously that we had sent to Congress for Brian Brooks in support of him being the OCC head. She's also going to put together a letter for us, and I've also signed this petition that is going around, and anything that we can do that shows in mass that we are together and that the consumer protection for us has been ignored for 7 years by the SEC, we should take the opportunity to, in a collegiate professional representation manner, step towards our representatives and let them know we have been harmed by the SEC, not Ripple or XRP. So here I have signed this petition here, and I encourage all of you to do so. It is on my Twitter, and you can sign it there or go to James Rule and sign it there. And as the letter comes together that we can all individually send, I think we need to do as much as possible to really show our numbers. I really think that's the best way to go. Here we see another sign, which sounds like a bad sign, but I think this is actually a strong sign that we're in good shape. Believe it or not, FinCEN is now interested in offshore crypto holdings and propose new regulations. Yeah, what they're saying is we want to see what you're holding offshore. To be honest, it's not very difficult. So yesterday they wanted to go knuckle deep into our fanny, and today they want to go up to the elbow. So it just kind of tells me, as bad as it all sounds, crypto's not going away because they're trying to find more and more ways to figure out where you're putting it so they can figure out how to tax you on it. And that, to me, ultimately means good things in the end for the whole space, if you can follow that path. All right, so faulty data shows that Grayscale didn't liquidate massive amounts of XRP and XLM as reported. Grayscale spokesman confirmed to Cointelegraph that the fund manager didn't dump massive stakes of XRP and XLM. Any difference in the holdings was due to a price decrease, basically named because of the fact of the SEC lawsuit against Ripple. So, in fact, there's more news from the one and only Michael Val 5 Links. Brought 12 million XRP on January 1st. Grayscale went against the current trend where major crypto platforms as well as asset managers have started delisting XRP, and the crypto asset manager bought more than 12 million units of XRP on the 1st of January. Shout out to Barry Silbert. He's holding strong up in there and accumulating, baby. That's what I like to hear. Top analyst warns Bitcoin on the cusp of massive correction. Uh-oh. When XRP finally hit a bottom, when I look down into this article, it does call for a price correction back at around $20,000 for Bitcoin. And, obviously every market takes a breath, right? So looking at this, they're just saying expect a pullback. I would say expect a pullback because if it goes in line with the fundamental news, we're going to need to keep an eye on what happens with the Tether lawsuit and how that may or may not affect Bitcoin in its price movement. Now, say what you will, but there's been real evidence showing that the Tether and Bitcoin correlate how they operate. So we will see how that unfolds. Now, here's some more news that I don't know what to make it. Let's just lay it out. So You Today says Ripple releases 900 million XRP from escrow, wires 477 million coins to Jed McCaleb, the former CTO and original creator of the XRP ledger. Now, looking down here, Leonidas, a trusted member of the XRP space here, says, no, Ripple did not unlock 900 million. It was impossible to do so. It just moved 900 million out of the 1 billion to other wallets, probably, to re-escrow them. Well said, Leonidas. XRP sent to Jed was not taken from escrow as it implied. Ripple holds Jed's XRP and sends it to Taco Stand in order for him to sell. However, this is a pretty significant amount, to be honest. 440 or 477 million is a lot of XRP. The only question I had in here is does this have some implication as far as what is happening behind the scenes with the negotiations of Ripple and the SEC lawsuit? I would think if there's, if they're in this lawsuit and they're back and forth with the magistrate judge, if they accept that, the two judges in the New York Southern District Court there for the federal case, then I have to wonder, does this mean that there's some kind of negotiating points that they've met and they're allowed to release this? Or is this something that they're releasing and then they're not going to release anymore? I would just think that whatever the pay schedule is for Jed McCaleb's release of XRP, I would just think with this lawsuit, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong to think this, but I would think everything would hold up until we get it sorted out. But, who knows? Maybe they can keep sending what SEC calls an unregistered security to people like Jed McCaleb. We shall see. So here is the actual article itself. I'm not going to read it to you. It's pretty clear, and I think Leonidas made the most of it that you needed to get from it right there. Market experts warn that if SEC proves in court XRP is a security, the cryptocurrency could end without an adequate market, all else being equal. Get out of here. I drilled down in this article, and I have to say, let me just get to the part here where I want to, I'm not going to read the whole thing to you. You can breathe a sigh of relief here. So to be clear, delisting would be an intermediate term risk for XRP, but it's far from a fiat accompli. And it says, odds XRP get delisted on SEC developments are low. The news represents, in my opinion, short-term noise as far as price goes, said trader analyst Alex Kruger. I do think it should underperform for a while longer, and market participants are very concerned about XRP SEC news and possible delisting, and we've seen lots of top buyers. But John Wilcox, CEO of Tritum, diversified crypto services provider, said that if XRP ends up being designated a security, it would very likely render the asset untradeable for most exchanges and industry participants. That immediate disappearance of massive portion of market liquidity and participants would cause the asset to dump heavily in price. Among the current crop of crypto investors, very few people would want to hold and deal with the cost and complexity of owning and interacting with a security instrument, Wilcock added. Jay Howe, CEO of multi-based crypto exchange OKX, agreed with that assessment. It is likely we would see a sharp sell-off of XRP, leading to a decline in its price, he told CoinDesk. Howe did not respond by press time to follow-up question about whether his exchange would delist XRP if it designated a security. While institutional investors have lately been dipping their toes into the crypto pond, those larger players are generally focused on Bitcoin and Ether. The part of the crypto market that includes XRP is still dominated by individual investors, according to experts who spoke to CoinDesk. If exchanges stop supporting XRP, retail investors would have no way to trade it. Silver lining in all of this, nevertheless, the damage would not necessarily be fatal for XRP. There are various ways the SEC could grant special operating conditions or accept a payment of a settlement from Ripple that could dampen the blow. Howe similarly also remarked that declaring XRP a security could potentially have a positive impact on the cryptocurrency's value down the line. This call could eventually allow Ripple to list on traditional stock exchanges and potentially open it up to a far wider market, which means that there could be extremely positive price action in the long term, Howe said. XRP was developed and launched, and they break down the gist of it there. But, listen, everyone's guessing where this thing goes, right? And all I can tell you is wherever this thing goes, you have to know what you hold. Right? You better know what you hold, because everything in the investment space has a chance to go to zero. So if your position isn't right, maybe you need to reanalyze that. That's exactly what one member of this community did recently, announcing, Stuart XRP had said, is that basically, I will consider buying some XRP around 10 cents or when $1 ADA equals 1 XRP. If this doesn't happen, I should still make some money in ADA, he says, changing his position for XRP and backing out. Now, look, everybody's got to do what they got to do. Now, this was from Hannah here. This is from Hannah, and pretty good insight. I wish I had kept my 1,700 Bitcoin at 0.06 of a penny instead of selling them at 30 cents now that they are $8 in May of 2016. Well, Bitcoin, I don't have to remind you, is almost $30,000 right now. A Bitcoin. Yeah. Greg sold Bitcoin, Stuart sold XRP. Perfect example of weak hands. Don't panic, just hold. Well, I have to say, in some instances, it's weak hands, and in some instances, it's about risk mitigation, right? De-risking your portfolio. And it looks like that may have been the situation here. But nevertheless, make sure you understand what you hold, and make sure that your understanding of what you hold matches what you hold. Don't have the perception between the reality be like a cliff drop, right? Whatever that number is for you, make sure it matches how well you feel about what you're holding in your portfolio, whether that's XRP or something else. So there's that. But what I do want to wrap on is 2 video clips that we've heard before. But listen to these words and these thoughts from Glenn Hutchins, who is a huge investor in the fintech crypto blockchain space and a huge advocate for the technology. And he certainly believes in the 4th Industrial Revolution. And here I want you to listen to this little string of comments here, and then one more, and who the people are that are in it. Because what I believe, and this is not financial advice, but I believe XRP holders are like the new oil tycoons of the world. I really do believe that, because I believe that XRP is actually like the oil that will relieve the friction in the digital world, and certainly alleviate the friction that currently exists in the paper fiat world. I really do believe this, and I believe that this is the only path that it could have ever have gone to get the legal precedent that it needs for us to finally move forward with the clarity. And is it scary as we move towards these things? You better bet it is. But you know what? Again, make sure that what you hold matches what you understand, and that you're not afraid for whatever it is to go to zero, or to the moon. which I believe it will. So there it is, $1 trillion market cap. XRP holders are oil tycoons. And listen to Glenn Hutchins, I believe, tell us exactly that, if you understand it.
But that's okay.
Oh, well, something has to suffer.
Crypto.
Another one of your interests, and,
Right.
and you've kind of gotten into that, but we've just seen a huge meltdown over the past 12, 15 months.
By the way, this is also from 2019, and Glenn Hutchins, besides being a huge investor in DCG Group with Barry Silbert from Grayscale, also an investor in Ripple, also former head president of AT&T, if not still there, and also former Federal Reserve of New York chairman. So let's keep going.
Are you still a believer?
So if we'd been sitting here together in 2002, we probably were. You would have asked me, the internet. We've just seen this huge meltdown in the last 12 to 15 months. Are you still a believer?
Think of that. He just gave you the analogy of the early days of the internet and the meltdown that went on many times in the internet in its growth period. That is just an incredible analogy he gave last year. But how perfect is what he's saying applying to right now today and everything that's happening? Because what we're experiencing is growing pains, not just pain. It's growing pains. We come out this bigger and better on the other side. Listen to this.
Right?
Yep.
And so the answer is yes. Now the digital currency solution is the most important technological advance I've seen since the internet. It has the capacity to do lots more, but it certainly has the capacity to enable us to move anything of value around the world at the speed of light at no cost. It has three components. It has a token of value, which is called the Bitcoin. It has a accounting mechanism, which is called the blockchain. But the most important piece, which is one that people aren't focusing on, is the protocol. The underlying protocol by which we agree to conduct these transactions. So you use a series of protocols every day, and you don't even think about them. You don't think about the internet protocol. You don't think about the simple mail technology protocol. You don't think about the file transfer protocol. You don't think about the high text translation protocol. I go through them, right? You just make use of the technology, and the protocols make it work.
And that's what this lawsuit is about. It's about making sure we understand what these protocols are and the liability by using them.
The people who really understand what's going on with digital currencies understand that putting these protocols in place, the blockchain protocol, the Ethereum protocol, the Ripple protocol.
Well, he pulled that one back, didn't he? The Ripple protocol.
And then enabling those protocols to cause transactions to occur. And then those transactions can be defined very broadly as not just moving things of value, but anything that's got an information content is extraordinarily transformative. The focus on the value of the token is distracting and uninformative.
Boom. The value is in the protocol, and the focus on the value of the price of the token is uninformative. I mean, wow, a distraction. Now listen to this quick little clip here, because this is Gary Cohn on the right, former National Economic Advisor to the current president and administration. And again, Glenn Hutchins sitting right here. And who do we have sitting here? Jay Clayton, formerly of the SEC, sitting here. And they acknowledge that, Jay, you have the power to fix this and you don't. And listen to what they tell them.
I want to go back to something we talked about around monetary policy, which is if this happens, which I say if, I think you're saying when. I get it.
You have a little bit more to do with the if than we do. I'm just kidding.
No, and look, Jay, my view is it's happening.
Yeah.
Right.
What is the U.S.'s role?
Right. Well, that's where
I'm gonna go further
point.
because
do my right hand. Yes, you're right.
Because we're both involved in companies that are doing it. Mm-hmm. We'd like to do it here, but we're gonna do it.
Well, let me ask.
And there it is, right there. We're both involved with companies that are doing it, and we'd like to do it here, but we're doing it. You have to believe, if you think that all of this is going bad or going wrong, you really have to believe that the SEC is about to shoot the one token that can actually do what it says it can do and live up to its full intended full-scale use. You have to believe that the SEC is literally trying to destroy the golden goose for the United States to leapfrog to the front of the fourth industrial revolution. I don't buy it. I don't buy it for a second. And if you do, that's fine, because there's a lot of different people out here and everybody's got to make up their own mind. But I'll tell you one thing, not me. I'm here and I'm going hero or zero, one or the other. That's where we're at on this day. Hit that like and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen, because the biggest boys in the space ain't leaving either. All right, make sure you check out the links in the description box and the comment section. They are trusted, vetted links of products and services that I use each and every day. And I will catch all of you on the next one. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. Take care.